Hello and welcome back to another workout video. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I'm a NASM certified personal trainer and I do workouts here on YouTube as well as some travel and adventure content. Today we are going to be getting into a full body workout. We're going to hit a little bit of everything, a little bit of conditioning in there too. We're going to be doing 8 total standing movements, 3 rounds each, but it's going to be split into 2 sections. So we're going to do 4 movements and then another 4. Each movement we're going to be working for 30 seconds. And then we'll have a quick 15-second transition to get to the next one. Along with these 8 standing movements, we will then go down to the floor or a mat, so something comfortable to get onto. Just make sure you have that available to you. And we're gonna do a couple things on our hands and knees, and then we'll be on our back to finish with some core. I'll explain that as we get into it. I am gonna be using 2 sets of weights. I have 10 pounds and 5 pounds. We are gonna do a little bit of lateral and front raises. So just keep that in mind when choosing your weight, but of course grab whatever feels good for you and we will get right into our warm up. All right, starting off, we're gonna take a nice big inhale, reach up overhead, exhale, fold forward. Just continue for a few of these at your own pace. On your next way up, grab one wrist, bring it over to the side for a side body stretch, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. From here, we're going to do some torso sways, so you can keep your elbows up and just kind of sway side to side with that back foot pivoting in the direction that you face. From here, you're going to reach out in front, round your back, inhale, exhale, row and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Next up, we're going to go for some air squats, just sitting down into that squat as far as you can, engaging your glutes as you stand. Next, we're going to go for some hinging. So with your feet about shoulder width apart, you'll keep a slight bend in your knees, send your hips back, keeping the back parallel to the ground, and then slowly standing back up, opening the hips at the top. Great job. On your next way down, bring your arms in between your legs. You're going to bring one arm up to the sky, look up, open the chest, bring it back down, and switch. Once you've evened that out, go ahead and stand up and we're going to do some standing crunches. So you'll crunch your elbow toward your opposite knee, bring it back down and switch. For our last warm-up movement, we're going to do our invisible ball slam. So you'll come up onto your toes, reach your arms up overhead, take a big inhale, exhale, slam that invisible ball down to the ground. All right, grab a pair of dumbbells. We are going to get right into our first movement. We're going to be doing a split squat on our left leg. So leaning into that left leg as you come down, trying to get that right knee down toward the ground as close as you can, and driving through that left leg to push yourself back up to standing. Next, we're going to go for overhead presses. So your palms will face away from you as you press and as you come down. Keep your core engaged and make sure you're not rounding your back as you press overhead. Be sure to inhale on your way down and exhale as you press the weights overhead. Next, we have dumbbell swings. So you'll keep your dumbbells out by your sides, using your hips to drive the weights up to shoulder height. So this is more of a thrusting movement. You don't want to use your arms too much. Let that momentum come from the hips. Focus on your breathing and find a steady pace that you can maintain for these 30 seconds. Think inhale as you go back, exhale as you drive those weights up. Next, we have some bicep curls. You're going to keep your palms facing up, inhaling as you come down and exhaling as you curl up. Be sure to keep those elbows in tight toward the sides. Alright, we have a little extra rest in between rounds. Moving on to round 2. This time we're going to do our split squats on our right leg. So you want those weights down by your sides. You're going to lean into that right foot, bringing that left knee down as close as you can get it to the ground and pushing through that right foot to stand you back up. Next up, we're going to go for our Arnold presses. So a little bit different from our first round. We're going to start with our palms facing in, and then as you press overhead, your palms will face out away from the body, and then you're going to come back in as you come down. So you're just rotating the wrist as you press and as you come down. Okay, next we are going to add on to our swing and add a clean at the top. So you're still going to keep that momentum from the hips, driving the weights up to shoulder height. Then you'll almost do a bicep curl, rest the weights at your shoulders, and then go right back into your next rep. This time for our curls, we're going to do hammer curls. So your palms will face in toward the body. And same thing, you're going to keep your elbows in nice and tight, get that full extension at the bottom, and then curl up toward the shoulders. Right, our third round here, we are going to start with alternating reverse lunges. So we went from our split squats, now we're going to alternate those movements. So you're going to lean into that front leg as you step the back leg back and that knee down again as close as you can get it to the ground. And this time you're just going to switch at the top and alternate legs each time. Okay, we are going to add a little power to our presses this time, doing a push press. So you want to inhale as you come down, exhale, drive those weights up, and you can see I'm using a little bit of my legs. So it's not a full squat, just a little bit of a dip in the knees, driving up through the legs to push those weights up overhead. For our next swing movement, we are going to add a tricep extension overhead. So I'm just using one weight here, and I'm using my hips still to drive the weights up overhead. As I stand tall, my arms are extended above me, and then I do my tricep extension, straighten back out, right back into that next swing. For our last movement of this series, we are going to do some wide bicep curls. So palms will face out, and you're kind of going to make a W shape as you curl in toward your shoulders. Okay, time for a water break before we get into our next set of standing movements. Similar style, we're going to have 4 movements that we run through 3 times, and each round will be a different variation of that movement. In 30 seconds, we will begin our second set of standing movements. We're going to begin with sumo squats. So your toes will be slightly pointed out in a wide stance. You're going to hold your weights down in between your legs and then squat as far down as you can. Think of pushing your knees out as you squat down and stand up. Next, you're gonna bring your feet about shoulder width apart, and we're gonna go for our Romanian deadlifts. Similar to what we did in our warm-up, we're hinging forward, sending our hips back, keeping a slight bend in the knees, and think of driving up through your hamstrings and glutes as you stand. This next movement is where your lighter weights are going to come in. We're going to go for front raises. So you're going to keep your palms facing down as you lift the weights up to shoulder height out in front of you. Next, we have skaters. You're gonna hop from one side to the other, try to balance for a second, and then switch. If you need to, you can also step side to side, but I do want you to work on trying to balance on one foot for a second on each side. One down, two to go. For our next set of sumo squats, we are going to add a pulse this time. So once you get to your furthest, deepest squat, you're going to add a little pulse at the bottom before you stand back up. Up next, we're going to go for a kickstand Romanian deadlift on our left leg. So left leg will stay planted. Right toes are just in line with the back of the left heel, and you're keeping your weight primarily in that left leg as you hinge forward. Same thing as our Romanian deadlifts. You want to engage your hamstring and glute as you stand. Grabbing those lighter weights, we're going to get into lateral raises this time. So palms are staying down toward the floor as you lift your arms up and keeping the weights in line with the shoulders. Next up, we're going to go for some forward and back pedals. So you can use the length of your mat or whatever space you have available. You're just going to kind of sprint a little bit forward, tap the ground, and then back pedal, tap the ground. Okay, getting ready for our final round of our standing movements. We're gonna go for a sumo squat into a high pull. So your weights will be down in front of you and you're gonna keep them close to your body as you stand and pull them up toward your chest. Important thing here, you wanna keep your elbows higher than your wrists. Be sure to use your legs to drive those weights up. All right, it's time for our kickstand Romanian deadlift on the right leg. So same thing, just the other side. You want to kickstand that left leg out to the side. Weight is primarily in your right leg as you hinge forward and stand. For our last set of raises, we're going to combine the front and lateral. So you'll lift up to the front, back down, and then out to the side. Our final standing movement will be broad jumps. So you're either going to hop as far out as you can, landing with soft knees and then backpedaling back, or you can step out as far as you can, add a squat, and then backpedal to your starting position. Congratulations, you have completed all of the standing movements for today's workout. Get some water, grab your mat, and we are going to go into some tabletop movements. In our tabletop position, we're going to go through two different movements, one being a single-sided movement. So we will technically have three things that we're going to go through. And we're going to do 3 rounds of each for 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So it will go fairly quickly. Make sure you do have one dumbbell down with you. Our first of our 2 movements here are going to be push-ups. So you can do any variation that feels good for you. I'm working on lowering myself down from a plank and then using my knees to help push me back up. Or you can do modified on your knees completely or full plank. Next, we have bird dog rows on our left arm. So grabbing your weight, we're gonna start right away, rowing that weight back toward your left hip, and your right leg is gonna stay extended out. Be sure that you are squeezing your right glute. That's gonna help keep it up. Go ahead and switch that dumbbell over to your right hand, and then you're going to extend your left leg out long, again squeezing that left glute, staying nice and tight in the core as you row that weight back toward your hip. We are going to get right into round 2, starting again with those push-ups, whichever variation you would like. Get ready. Next, we're going to go back to those bird dog rows. Left arm is rowing with the weight. Great job. Switch the weight over to the right hand. Left leg extends, starting in 3. One last round with these 3 movements. You've got it. We're almost there. Awesome job. You completed the tabletop portion of this workout. We are almost there. We only have one more section we're going to do. So we're going to do some core movements. You're going to lie on your back, so make sure you get there. No equipment needed. We're going to be working for 30 seconds for each movement. We have 5 core movements we are going to be doing, 10-second transition time, so it's going to go super quick, and we're only doing it one time through. In 20 seconds, we are going to begin in a reverse tabletop position. You'll start with your arms extended above your head, inhaling to prepare, exhaling to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, and bringing your arms down by your side to repeat. Next, you'll keep your arms down by your side, and you're going to tap one heel down toward the mat, bring it back in, and switch. Bring your hands behind your head to support your neck as you lift up and crunch your elbow toward your opposite knee, switching each time for our bicycle crunches. Keeping your head, neck, and shoulders lifted off the mat, engaging your upper abdominals, you're going to lower your legs as far as you can down toward the mat without compromising your low back, and then bringing your legs up to the sky. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Our final core movement will be a hollow hold. You can either do this with your legs straight out, bending one knee in, or keeping both knees bent. Key thing here, you want to keep your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Pretend like you have that tennis ball under your chin and engage the core and breathe. You've got it. Amazing job! You have officially completed today's workout. We are going to stretch, so feel free to extend your arms overhead, extend your legs long, take a couple of deep breaths here, and we'll get right into our stretches. Bring your right knee in toward your chest, hug it in, and you'll roll out that ankle a couple of times each direction. And once you feel ready, you can twist that right knee over to the left for your spinal twist. Slowly bring it back to center, and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So hugging that left knee in, rolling out that left ankle a few times each direction. And once you feel ready, you can twist over to the right for your spinal twist on the other side. Slowly bring it back to center. You're going to plant both feet on the mat and then take your right leg, cross it on top of the left for a figure 4 stretch. You can either stay there or hug your left leg in toward you for a deeper stretch. Good. Slowly release, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Good. From here, you can make your way up to a seated position with your legs extended out in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and as you exhale, fold forward, taking deep breaths here. From here, you can slowly roll it back up, and we're going to make our way to a child's pose. So sitting back onto your heels, you can widen your knees a little bit and extending your arms out in front. Take a few deep breaths here. From here, you can slowly roll yourself forward, sending your hips down toward the mat and opening up the chest. Finishing up with some upper body stretches, you're going to make your way to a comfortable seated position. Bring your arms behind you, opening up the chest. If it feels okay, you can also take some neck rolls side to side. Last but not least, we'll go for a shoulder stretch. So just hug one arm out in front. You can roll out your wrist a few times. And then go ahead and switch. All right, and that concludes our workout for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like workouts like this, be sure to subscribe for more. And feel free to check out some of my adventures as well.